Welcome to the world of Three Beards Media Podcast. We're thrilled to announce that all of our podcasts are now broadcasted live by the Betfred Sports Studio, the official sports book of Three Beards Media. So don't miss a minute of the action and be sure to download the Betfred app today to get the best odds on all your sports betting. With the Betfred Sports Studio, you can enjoy the excitement of our podcast while placing your bets and winning big. Get ready for an unforgettable sports experience. Side of the Storm is brought to you by Revelton Distilling Company. You can visit them in Osceola, Iowa, or on the web at www.reveltondistillery.com.
I always like to start off with some music. Welcome to Side of Storm. Rolling solo dolo tonight. Just Jack Trice. Let's get it. Get it. Get it. Get it. Side of Storm. Brought to you by Three Beards Media. Sponsors. Brown Dog Farms. Revelton. Let's get it. Let's get it. It's almost summertime. Oh, it's almost summertime. Oh, that's all I got. I can't rap. I can't freestyle. I can't do none of that. But it's your host, Jack Trice. Jack Trice. Yeah, welcome to Side of Storm. Rolling solo dolo tonight because I just wanted to give y'all a little teaser, little continuation. I know y'all kind of miss us. You know, basketball and football not going on right now. And y'all miss us. I know y'all do. I know y'all love us. And so, I didn't want to get Brent and Marcus on here, but they got stuff they doing. And, I'm watching this Lakers game and they down by 11 right now. So I figured I don't got to really watch it or listen to it. I can mute it, take a peek every once in a while. But just wanted to talk to y'all about some updates and some things that have been going on since we last spoke. So the first thing I want to talk about, as you see on the hat, the Trice Legacy Foundation. The Trice 100 golf event is going to be on Friday, June 16th. We only had room for 120 participants, so 30 teams. My goal was to have, a full field, and we did that, and we exceeded our goal. And I actually talked to golf course into running some more golf carts, and we actually have 33 teams right now. We have enough for 3 more teams. So if you have not gone to www.trice100golf.com to register a team for June 16th, Coldwater and Ames, you're going to be missing out. Three Beards Media is a sponsor of that event. Revelton is a sponsor in that event, and they also have a team participating in the event. So we thank Revelton and Three Beards Media for supporting the podcast and supporting the Trice Legacy Foundation. So we have a lot of exciting things going on there. But, take a look at the website, trice100golf.com. Last Friday, Jack Trice's birthday. He would have been 121 years old. And so to celebrate him and honor him and to give a present back to him, we wanted to continue his legacy. And so last Friday, we actually gave out 3 scholarships. And we announced those on Friday live with the students and their parents. 2 are going back to Cleveland area, and 1's going to a school in Georgia. But the whole purpose of starting this was to give back to the Cleveland community and Jack's school. And Jack went to East Tech, and we had the valedictorian of East Tech actually received our scholarship. So shouts out to her. Rihanna Walker is her name. You'll see her on our Facebook page, thanking her for applying, doing what she's doing, and we want to continue to support these young people. So we need y'all support and donations, sponsorship, mentorship, whatever you can do for us. So Trice 100 golf event, Friday, June 16th. 3 teams left. If you have raffle prizes or donations you want to give, always accepting those at all times. But want to start with, my other song. Hold on, let me put this up real quick. Hold on. I don't own the rights to this music. Outcast. I love y'all. Just instrumental. No words. Just a beat. 1 for the money. Yes, sir. 2 for the show. A couple of years ago, on head went down, but the start of so good. both the balls through the hood, just trying to find that hookup. Not every day we look up at the ceiling, watching ceiling fans go round, trying to catch that fill up instrumental. I had to admit, I forgot the words. It's been a long time since I tried to freestyle and rap that, but okay. But anyway, um, going and moving on. Cyclones, men's basketball. Let's talk about what's going on in basketball, men's basketball, for example. TJ, 2-year contract extension, one of our best transfer classes, and they rewarded him with a 2-year extension. We didn't go as far as we wanted to go in the tournament. I had the Cyclones going further than they did, but irregardless, they did a good job. We support them. To go where they went with a whole bunch of transfers, going through the turmoil. I don't want to call it turmoil, but whatever the situation was with Caleb Grill. I read something that his parents said it was nothing derogatory or anything like that, or racial that he said. I've heard other sources saying that it was. I've heard there were other things, physical things. He was hurt during the season. He says his mental health played a part in that. So we wish him well on that. But he went back home, I think he's from Wichita or something like that. But he's going to go to Mizzou next year and play for Mizzou. So wish him well, because this will be the third school in his college career. 2 times at Iowa State, and then 1 time at UNLV, and then down in Mizzou. So hopefully we wish him well in his career, and he's good enough to go down and play there. So we'll still see him in the Big 12 and get to see what he does for us. And keeping with the UNLV thing, we had 3 transfers commit to us already from the portal. Keyshawn Gilbert from UNLV, Wolford Jackson, can't say his name, Pavel Zitsky from Wolford, and then a Buffalo transfer, Curtis Jones. So welcome to the newest Cyclones coming in for transfers. We're not going to talk about Omaha yet, but we're gonna talk about that young man in our next episode. He's been doing his thing and keeping his head up and doing what he got to do. So wanted to do that, but also wanted to see who's gonna go for Thanksgiving week down to the ESPN Events Invitational down in Orlando. I think it's in Orlando. Yeah, it's Orlando. November 23rd to 26th. Iowa State was invited. It's the second time I think we've been down there. I know next year we're already going back to Hawaii. I will be there for that one for sure. But I might try to make this Orlando one as well and support those boys down there. So they'll be down there with Boise State, Butler, Florida Atlantic, Penn State, Texas A&M, VCU, and Virginia Tech. So they're one of the 8 teams that's going down there. So, hey, congratulations on going down there, being invited. See you down there, and also see you in Hawaii next year. And so that's what's been going on with the men's basketball team from, what I know. I'd be remiss if I didn't say, George Niang, what were you thinking when you grabbed his knee? I was watching the game, and you got that technical for grabbing his knee. It was funny. It was funny. And I've never seen something like that, but I enjoyed it. So thank you for doing that. But I'm glad you made a run down there. Hopefully you get some, you keep getting playing time. I hope the new coach that comes in, because Doc was fired from the team, and you have the MVP, and then you don't make it far enough in the conference finals. And so shout out to Georges for being on that team, that championship team, getting that playoff experience. So shouts out to you. Now I want to move on to women's basketball. Ashley Jones and Stephanie Soares, they both went to the Dallas Wings. They both were selected in the WNBA draft that happened in this past April. I didn't find much information on Stephanie Soares, so I know she was drafted. They both were on Dallas, but I don't see her on the roster, so I don't know if she was traded somewhere else or what. But want to get some more information on Stephanie to see where she is. But Ashley Jones and Stephanie were drafted, invited to WNBA draft, and both were drafted on draft night. So shouts out to the women doing their thing, and shouts out to Dallas Wings. We got a new team there. Sacramento State, we got a couple transfers, one from Sacramento State and one from Truman State. So Hannah Bellinger and Anele Nadabo. I'm gonna butcher your names and I apologize, but hey, you're joining Iowa State. I will learn your names for this season. So follow, correct me, tell me I'm wrong, give me the phonetic spelling or phonetic, how to phonetically say it, and I will get it right. So shouts out to the men's basketball team, women's basketball team, and what y'all had going on. And so wanna, take this time in this short episode as we go on today. Like I said, it's gonna be a teaser. It's not gonna be real long, but we want to keep on top of y'all minds so y'all still keep loving us. But we're gonna take a quick commercial break and hear from our sponsor, Revelton Distillery.
At Revelton Distilling Company, everyone has become a part of the Revelton family. From the Taylors and their daughter who helped perfect their award-winning gins, to the team who installed Lucy, our 33-foot-tall custom-made still, right down to the local farms that provide our coveted corn, and even the cows on those farms who consume our mash byproduct. Want to see the farm to flask come to life? Now you can tour Lucy and find out where we take Iowa's harvest and transform it into our finest spirits. Choose between a 45-minute tour or find out even more by scheduling a VIP behind-the-scenes tour to get the taste of the full Revelton experience. You can visit them at 1400 West Clay Street in Osceola, Iowa, or find all of Revelton's award-winning spirits at any local grocery or spirits retailer.
You do. We appreciate you. For the golf event, Revelton will be donating a raffle prize. It will be a bottle of their mulberry gin and a bottle of their rye that you only can get down at the distillery, along with some swag, branded swag from them, and a private distillery tour for a group. So, if you want to bid on that, it'll be a good experience. I've done the tour, and it's just phenomenal to have that in Iowa and what they're doing, and the story behind what Rob Taylor and his wife Christy are doing down there. So shouts out to y'all. Thank you for your support, and it's been an honor working with y'all all this over this first year, and continued success for us all in the next year. So thank you for that. Moving on to football. We had a lot of stuff going on. Draft just happened after the season, so we had a lot of interesting news in the draft. A couple of the rookies signed some deals, so we had a couple things going on. So defensive end MJ Anderson, he signed a free agent deal with Seattle Seahawks. Offensive lineman Trevor Downing signed with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Linebacker Orion Vance, rookie camp invite from the New York Giants. So shouts out to them for doing their thing. As we keep going with what's going on, the draft was exciting. My man Anthony Johnson Jr. was drafted by Green Bay. He had to switch positions, and to be at that level, to play at the college level, then get drafted, knowing that you have to switch positions and learn a little bit more. Safety, cornerback positions are, the similarities. And I know he'll be successful at that. Saw him at one of the practices. I was back in Iowa and went to the practice, and he was out there just coming from a workout, and he put on some weight, but he cut some fat, and so he's looking good, looking like he's ready to get prepared for this next chapter in his life. So Anthony Johnson Jr., I got the calendar circled when Green Bay goes to Vegas, because it's about a 4-hour drive for me. So hopefully I see you there. I'll jump down on the field wearing my Cyclone stuff for you on there. Hutchinson went to Houston in the 6th round. Will McDonald, the 4th, was drafted by the Jets. And so we talk about the Jets. You got the New York clones going on over there. So you got Will McDonald there, you got Breece Hall, and then you got Alan Lazard. So they all there. Plus they got, one of the greatest quarterbacks, in Aaron Rodgers. Hopefully he can do something down there. And I know he and Allen have a great relationship, and that's one of the reasons why Allen has been with Green Bay for so long. So I reached out to Kevin, Allen's dad, and so we have that one also circled on our calendar. I'll meet Kevin out there in Vegas when the Jets go out there. New York clone. So if you haven't been or haven't seen Ray Gun actually has a shirt, the New York clones. It's a green shirt. I got one pre-ordered. I got to pick it up. So Ray Gun, do not give away my shirt yet. I'll have somebody come pick it up, but I had to buy one to support. And then when I go to the game, I'll probably just have all 3 of them sign it. I'll never wear it, but I'll have them sign it and put it up in my man cave with my other Iowa State stuff. So shouts out to y'all. And I'm not going to get, too deep into speculation and too deep on this the betting. So Iowa State had, I think, about 41 people, 41 students that were, inquired about betting on games. Iowa State had 15 and 26 from Iowa. From what I heard, none of them were on our games that we played, but they were on the sports. And sports betting is legal in a lot of these areas, and it's getting bigger and bigger. You see all these sports betting apps. These college kids that don't have NIL deals, or even if they do, to get a little extra money in their pocket, betting on things, because it's out there readily available. So yeah, it's always something going on. It's always, some reason to bring some people down. I know the wrestling coach said something like it's a witch hunt. So we don't know what's there. So as we get more information, we'll always keep y'all up to date on what we hear. But we hope that does not do anything for our season. Because we have a lot of things to do in the spring game. It was great. The offense really did win that game, but we looked good. We had some. Our defense kind of had some takeaways. So we were looking good at practice. I saw we were looking pretty good. With new players coming in, getting used to a new quarterback. When you had quarterbacks that have been there, got into some of the games, but are kind of backups at times. Seeing them get in there. So excited to see what we do this year. But speaking of that, I was going to, I don't have my co-host on here today, but all the buzz around the Jack Trice 100 jerseys, uniforms, kind of fired, bringing it back. So a lot of people that, maybe newer Iowa State fans probably didn't know that Iowa State was Ames College back in the day. And Jack Trice went to Ames College. He didn't go to Iowa State. He went to Ames College. And so bringing back the white helmets with the Ames, throwing in the grayish silverish to kind of go with that more rustic look of back in that day. They did a great job on these uniforms. I have the uniform from 2013 hanging up in a box in my collection of Jack Trice and Iowa State stuff. And this one is another one I'm going to add to my wall, but I like them. I've heard a lot of buzz about it. Tell me what you think. Tell us what you think, and we'll throw that on there. But the moment hasn't passed because we're still talking about these jerseys, and that will be the October 7th game, Jack Trice 100. So if you haven't, mark that on your calendars. We will, at our golf event, I got to bring up the golf event again. We will have a raffle prizes. And some of the raffle prizes are 4 tickets to that game. And then another raffle prize we have are 2 tickets to the game and a parking pass. But the 2 tickets that we have are for the suite, for Jamie Pollard's suite. So you're actually in his office, out overlooking the end zone, opposite of Sioux Cup end zone. And so we do have tickets for both of those, and they are on the website. So you are able to go on the website and see what we have for bidding. I think the bidding is open, but Trice 100 Golf, you can see some of the things we have there. We're going to have a signed basketball from all the basketball coaches, a signed football from all the football coaches, those tickets. We're going to have a signed Peyton Manning jersey from the Colts. What else we're going to have? We have a mini helmet signed by, I think, Ezekiel Elliott. I think is Dak Prescott. So Nationwide, who I work for, is the sponsor of that game. They're the corporate sponsor of that game. And so a lot of things that they're doing, with me working for the organization, you'll see and hear a lot from me throughout this football season, and some of the things that we're doing with the Jack Trice 100 for this year. But stay on the lookout for that. Some exciting things from Iowa State and from the Trice Legacy Foundation. So football, a lot of stuff going on there. Looking forward to NFL and NCAA. For NFL, I'm trying to debate now with all these Iowa Staters all over the place, and I'm on the West Coast. I won't get to see a lot of the Jets games, so YouTube TV has the Sunday ticket. So it's like $250 for the year. I'm trying to debate. Can y'all send me some money so I can get the Sunday ticket, or just send me your login for the Sunday ticket so I can see all these players? They did give a discount. It's like $250 now instead of $350. So you jump on that now, I'll send you like $25. Just give me your password. We'll just share it. But we're going to take our next commercial break, and we're going to reach out to Brown Dog Farm. So, hey, tell me about that Brown Dogs Farms.
Brown Dogs Farm are Norwalk, Iowa-made hot sauces and dressings. Brown Dogs Farm was born out of the dream to emulate the simple life of Rob's grandparents, who inspired him with their hard work and abundant gardens. Rob and Amanda set out to create a unique blend of fruit and pepper that would satisfy the part of the brain that craves great flavor without sacrificing the spice of the peppers. Sweet, but still packing heat. With combinations like jalapeno green apple, habanero peach, cherry rhubarb reaper, and other great flavor combinations, there is a spice and flavor that is right for any party or get-together. BDF also has homemade versions of their classic and spicy ranch that are one of a kind. You can order all of those and more online at www.browndogsfarm.com and ask your local grocery to stock up.
We back. Thanks, Brown Dog Farms, for what you do. I got to pick up someone. I come out to the golf event. Still listening to this Outkast instrumental. This is the 25th anniversary. I have it on vinyl. Right now I'm listening to it off my phone, but I have it on vinyl. Do not own the rights to this music. On vinyl, you hear the cracking. And it's just, vinyl is just so beautiful. And I know it's coming back, but it's just like the whiskey nowadays. Everybody is trying to, resell all this stuff. Like I want the Bone Thugs on vinyl. I want DMX's Dark and Hell is Hot on vinyl. Not to collect it, but just to play it. So hey, vinyl companies reprint some of these things, because it's ridiculous to pay $100 and some for the vinyl when it should be, around 30. I'll pay 30 for it. I'm again, I'll buy somebody's used one for $30, but I'm not collecting it. I want to listen to it on vinyl in its purest form. And that's what, what vinyl does. Like a lot of stuff is coming back. If you think about all the stuff that's coming back. So, let's talk about that. Let's talk about, the clothing that's coming back. The clothing styles are coming back from the 90s, from the 80s. I just had a friend from another company, from Travelers, send me a text and was like, is this you in a video? I don't click on them, but when I opened it up and I knew who it was from, it was me. So I was doing the Carlton back on my last day of high school in Cleveland and Solon, class of 98. So I was doing the Carlton. One of the cuts of it has like over 3 million hits, and some of the comments are funny. Like one dude said, well, how did he know the Fortnite dance? I don't know what Fortnite is, but I know it's a game. I never played it, but how's he doing the Fortnite dance back in the 90s? Dude, we created that. Alfonso Rivera, Carlton created that. That's not from Fortnite. That's from the 80s. That's from the 90s. It's Will Smith, Fresh Prince. Again, clothing's coming back. Bell bottoms, are coming back. I think they're going back to the baggy pants. I can't wait to the baggy pants. I think look at some of the pictures, and I had my white T-shirt on, my Timbs, and my light Sean John or Tommy Hilfiger jeans before we, stop supporting Tommy. I look back at some of that stuff, and some of that stuff is coming back. He's going away from these skinny jeans. It's too hot to wear skinny jeans. And I look at some of these movies. So like this Friday, remake A White Man Can't Jump. Gonna watch it because I watched the new House Party. They try to throw a lot into the House Party, but they're remaking some of these old movies because, again, there were a lot of great things out there. You look at some of these commercials. I know Chameleonaire is on the CarMax 30-day guarantee, trying to catch me riding 30 instead of riding dirty. Montel Jordan, this is how we do it. The lawyer out here in Arizona called it's Raffy, and they do the Laffy Taffy song. Call Raffy. Call Raffy. So that's the 623-388-4333. So it's like, it's catchy because it's stuff that I knew the song, and you hear that, and you hear this stuff coming back. And so I want to see what else comes back around in these next few years, because it's interesting how these styles, how things come back around. And I'm excited to see. But as I close this out for the day, it's only been about a 25-minute recording right now, plus the commercial breaks that I talk through. So they'll be played. So this will be a 30-minute episode. But we're going to have a new segment, and it's a question from a fan. And so Paul Peterson on Twitter, we posed a question about, what they want us to hear. And Coach P2, that's what his handle is. He asked the question, what would you say the top would you say are the top 3 areas for ISU to lock down headed into the 23-24 season? Speak to sport or athletic department as a whole. So this is opinion of one. A lot of time and effort. So you'll notice when you get there this year from a football standpoint, that the parking lot across from the stadium is tore up because they're starting to build Sci-Town. There's a waiting list to get into Sci-Town. People are excited about this down in that area, and they're excited to see that, the shops, the retail, the living that's going to go down there. So part of the base will be done. So there will be some tailgating in there, but I know that the part from closest to the alumni building, that parking lot will not be done, and they're moving the big red and yellow tents to back behind the Sheeman, next to Hilton. Speaking of that, we will be having a tailgate. I will not be at the tailgate the whole time because I'll be pulled in different directions. But for the October 7th game, we will have a tailgate going on. More information to come. You can find that on Facebook. You can buy tickets now to support $15, and all going back to charity. So that's all going 100% back to the foundation. But we'll have it catered in, some food in there, pulled pork, pulled chicken, drinks, probably some cameos by some players, some former players and things like that. And some other things that we're looking at doing there, but just support and give back to the foundation and to get together, because it's kind of a big deal. I mean, I want all Iowa State football players that played on Jack Trice Field or at Jack Trice Stadium to come back for this game, because if Jack Trice meant as much to you as we say, we have the I will when they walk out. If you believe in what Jack Trice believed in, to come support him for the 100th anniversary of his death, this is the time to come back. I'm trying to get my homeboy Tricky Trey to come back, William Handy, and do the DJing at the event, so we can have some music, some old school music, our music. Maybe he'll bring my CDs that I made him long time ago, all my smooth mixes that used to get the ladies with. I'm married now, so I don't get the ladies like that, but before my wife, I tried to get ladies. I wasn't that good at it, but I tried. But anyway, so what should the athletic department do as a whole? I think the athletic department is focusing on making Iowa State a place to come, a place to be, and not shut down in the summer where the students go away. They want to make it so that students stay. They want to make it so that things are there for to keep students around, to keep people around, because half the city is students. And so when summertime comes, the breaks comes, everybody's gone. So I think what Iowa State's focusing on right now, as they built up the stadium, they built up our basketball facilities, our football facilities, our volleyball facilities. We're starting to get all these new facilities for the training. They've done that. They've got the capital and done that. Now Sci-Town and making Ames the place to be, because as you see, Ankeny is starting to connect with Ames. So I think Iowa State is growing more into the space that they have and trying to, again, make it a destination place. And I think that's good. But I do think we have to win. We have to find ways to win championships, win conferences, and that's what they need to focus on. What can we do better at? Well, how do we get these recruits there? It's that thing where, being from Cleveland, we were ecstatic when we got LeBron. He's from Ohio. He knew the weather. It wasn't Miami. It wasn't LA. But he was home, and so he came and stayed there. But a lot of people don't want to go to a place like that. The Midwest is cold. It's not a Green Bay. It's not a New York. They don't want to go to those places. And so we have to get back to a winning history with all of our sports in order for Iowa State to focus on. I think that will build and help us to build what we want to do, what we want Iowa State to be. We have the donors for it. We have the boosters. How do we get, and it's about the NIL. It's about, what can we do to attract some of these players, because it's transfer portal and everything. You see it with the women's basketball team. You see it with, men's basketball team. You see these transfers, and, you can go somewhere when your coach is gone, or when you're not feeling you're getting the playing time. You can go to a D2 and be the star there and get some money or things like that. But I'm not saying we need to pay these players like that, but I'm saying we have to have something that attracts and have to get that winning pedigree there. We have to attract and get more, 4 and 5-star recruits. How do we get those recruits there? How do we, we just, I know Reggie Hayward's son was offered a scholarship to Iowa State. Curtis Stinson, Jr., Curtis Stinson's son was offered. Marcus Pfizer's son, and he's not on here, but he has not been offered or contacted by Iowa State. We have a legacy of some people there, and we need to keep that legacy going, keep those names going, see how Junior does, as compared to his dad. So you're going to see what Curtis Stinson Jr. can do compared to his dad, Reggie Hayward's son, Sam, what he's going to do in sports, and how his name's going to be remembered because his dad's in the Hall of Fame for football. So how do we get that pedigree? How do we keep it kind of in the family and create the Cyclones forever, the Cyclone legacy, the Cyclone family? How do we get that, and how do we keep that? And I think that's going to be some of the keys. So TJ, you need to reach out to like Marcus Pfizer Jr., and see what he's up to. You need to look at these players and recruit. You need to, go hang out with Trail Horton down at the Horton Project and what he's doing down in Atlanta, teaching these kids how to play and what his son at a young age is doing. Follow these people and see, how you can get that legacy going. I went to Iowa State and I did not play. But that legacy, I continue the legacy of the Trice family by going to school and being the first since Jack to go to college on the Trice side that I know of. And so we got to continue that legacy and get more of our juniors, our thirds, our girls there. James Reed's daughter is on the cheer squad, dance squad. We have some of these players that their kids are going there, but we need to get that history where people want to go back. So that's what I would say we need to do and focus on as a whole right now. But as I said, we have a long way to go. We've come a long way in the past, 20 some years since I started attending Iowa State. It's been 25 years since I went. Dang, it's a long time. But that's what I think. Tell me if I'm wrong. Put it on Twitter. We'll bring it up on the next episode. But I thank you for listening to this short, intermission between seasons. Again, we will keep these going every couple of weeks. I will get Pfizer and Curvey back on here. But thank you, Three Beers Media, Brown Dogs Farm, Revelton, Side of Storm, Coaches Kalachi's, Hunger Loaves. Everybody, one love. See y'all later. Peace.